Hello guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first ever monthly reset video. So for the past few months I have found so much pleasure in watching these from some of my favorite content creators. In this video I'm basically just gonna be sitting down and sharing with you guys some of my goals and upcoming plans for the next month, and this is just a way for me to keep myself what's the word I'm looking for, to keep myself accountable for the upcoming weeks. So I'm going to talk about all of my goals that I have set up for this next month. We're going to do some cleaning around my house, and then I also thought I would share with you some of my favorites from this past month. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do enjoy it, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you are not already subscribed. If you're new to my channel, my name is Adrienne. I'm 25 and I live here in South Korea, and I am a freelancer here. So I do all types of different work in the entertainment industry. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I have a little green juice that we're drinking. This is apple and celery, and I think there's some spinach in here as well. All right, so let's talk a little bit about goals. I'm splitting this up into 3 different categories: health and wellness, financial, and then professional. And those categories were inspired by Selena Trevino. She does these videos also. Love her so much. I will leave her channel linked below. But okay, so what I'm doing is I'm using my iPad and I'm gonna log them all on here, and that way next month I can kind of check off what I did and did not achieve. Hopefully we achieved all of these. But yeah, you guys, I actually got an iPad a year ago. I've used it so much for editing and like Netflix and stuff, but I feel like I have not used my notes app, so I'm trying to do that. That's another one of my goals. But starting off, my first health and wellness goal is to hit 13,000 steps a day. I am doing a pretty good job of 10,000 steps per day. I have a dog, so it's not super hard to get my steps in. I would just like to bump up that step count a little bit more. I love cardio, feels so good on me, and I do know the weather is going to get cooler soon, so I just want to make sure that I'm doing a good job at staying out and not coming inside if it feels chilly. And I also want to explore more areas in my neighborhood. I'm such a person of routine, so I always will walk like the same path, same route. So I just want to do a better job at going out and exploring more of the little back roads. My next goal is to get more sleep every night. Oh my goodness, lately I've been falling asleep at like 1:32 in the morning, and then I'll wake up at 7:38, but then I feel so tired throughout the day. So I just want to make sure I'm getting to sleep by around like 11:30, and then probably waking up at 7 I think is good. That way I can get my 8 hours, 7.5, 8 hours of sleep. I really do feel a difference when I'm getting a full night's sleep. Next is probably my biggest health and wellness goal for this month, and it is to cook more and eat out less. This whole summer I was eating out for basically like every single dinner. I would usually make like a smoothie and breakfast in my house, but dinner it was like always eating out. And I just want to go back to my cooking ways because I feel so much better doing that. And also eating out doesn't feel special anymore because I've been doing it so much. So I'm gonna try and limit myself from eating out as much. I'm gonna give myself a budget for that, which I'll talk about later. And I also just want to make sure I'm getting my greens in, which I'm doing right now. I feel like such an influencer with my little green juice right now, but I promise I actually do drink this, not when I'm just filming. And then my other huge goal for health and wellness is to prioritize my mental health. I've been very open about my struggles this year with anxiety and just like feeling on the edge of life all the time. The most random things will trigger me into having a small anxiety attack, and I just want to make sure I'm doing everything I can to, you know, protect my sensitive little heart. And some things that work really well for me are like my meditation apps. I'm just trying to work on like breathing techniques and like understanding what triggers me a lot. So I'm really eager to see next month when I reflect on this. I want to see if I end up getting better, because this whole summer has just been a very anxious time for me. So I'm hoping that with the new month and the change of seasons, hopefully I can get better. All right, so moving on, I want to talk about my financial goals. So my 2 big goals for this month is number 1, save as much as I can. I know that's kind of a given with these videos, but with the new season approaching, I'm always so tempted to go shopping for new clothes or home decor. You name it, I want it, but I just don't think it's necessary. I wear the same stuff all the time, and I already have enough sweaters in my closet, so I don't need to go shopping for anything. And then my other big goal for financial is to track all of my expenses, because I want to start making a monthly budget. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down every single week and just track what I spent, and hopefully I can use that next month to make a budget. And then I also did kind of make a couple other smaller goals. I want to just take less taxis and use more public transportation. I spend so much money on taxis just because I get lazy and I don't feel like walking to the subway, or I run out of time. So I just need to be better with time management, okay? And then I can take as much public transportation as I want. And then my other two goals are, number one, I want to sell all of my unused clothes, purses, electronics. I have so much stuff sitting around my house that I'm just not using. So I'm going to try and sell as much of it as I can and pocket that money. And if I can't sell it, I'll just donate it. But those are all of my financial goals. Overall, I just want to save. I don't see the point in blowing my money on a bunch of stuff anymore. I'm very happy with everything I have. I also do know this month I'm going to have to spend quite a big chunk of money on my flights for going home in October. Two of my friends are getting married, so I'm gonna have to spend around $2,000 on airfare, which gives me all the more motivation to just save on other expenses if I can. All right, and moving on to the last subset of goals, which are my professional goals. So the first thing I want to do is make the most of my time while I am home in the month of September. As I said, October I'm going to be traveling for a few weeks, so I just want to make sure I'm spending my time at home wisely. I'm working as hard as I can and just not wasting a bunch of time. I do feel like this summer I was not as wise with my time as I could have been. I really don't know what I spent all my time doing, to be honest, but that's okay. We're not gonna look back, we're just gonna look forward. But yeah, I just want to make sure I'm using my time wisely and investing my time in the best way possible. Another professional goal of mine is to make less sponsored content. This summer was really busy as far as branded content on my channel, and I just want to thank you guys so much for always being so understanding. I don't actually get any hate comments about sponsored content, but I know some people are thinking it inside, and I totally understand. I appreciate you guys always being so understanding about sponsored content on my channel, but that being said, I want to do a lot less of it. I'm hoping to have like 60-70% non-sponsored, 30% sponsored. I think that's a pretty good balance, because right now it is not that balanced. Also, I would like to do about 3 reels per week on Instagram. I know that sounds silly, but these are professional things for me because, you know, social media is part of my job. And then I also hired an assistant recently, and she's like a creative assistant, so she helps me with coming up with ideas and stuff like that. And so I'm hoping to offload some more work to her and help get some inspiration from what she has to say. And then I also just want to spend more time planning videos, because I feel like when I am posting just like mundane, mindless, unplanned vlogs, it shows, and I feel like the videos come out as very boring, and I feel like I don't feel proud of them. So I want to just put in more time to planning videos. Kind of like this video, I feel like I did a pretty good job planning it, and it feels good to sit down and film stuff like this. I would also like to work on scheduling my days better. I feel really jealous sometimes of people that work in office jobs, because I feel like your day has a much better schedule. You know, you sometimes get there at 9, you break for lunch, you have like a meeting at this time, you go home at this time, and I think that's great. I know not all office jobs are like that, but working at home, it's been really hard to achieve that, so I want to try and get into a better routine. The final professional goal I have is to hopefully see some results from the passion project I am a part of. I will probably share that with you guys in the next few months, not just yet, but there is a project I've been helping with, and I'm hoping that we can soon see some kind of recognition, financial payoff, all that type of stuff from it. All right, so those are my goals. We're not done with the video yet. I'm gonna go do some cleaning, and then I will share with you my favorites, but I would love to hear, what are your goals? Leave me a comment, let me know. I would love to bounce ideas off of each other. Hopefully this could give you some inspiration, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But my house is not clean. My house is not clean at all. I wish you guys could see it. So we're gonna get this cleaned up. I need to also clean my bathroom. I actually have a company coming here this upcoming weekend to film my house for a YouTube house segment thing channel they have. So I want to just get a head start on cleaning now so that I'm not rushing to do it later this week. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So I don't think I've shown this in a video yet, but I did get a new carpet for my house. It's quite small compared to my last ones, but it just keeps the room so much brighter. My last ones ended up getting covered in dog pee, so this is just feeling like much better. All right, so now we're gonna sit down and do our monthly budget. This is not something that I'm super familiar with. What's funny is I was a finance and economics major in college, but I've never actually sat down and made myself a budget. But I'm really excited to see how I can use budgeting to help save money and just track what I'm spending. So this is the budget Excel spreadsheet that I actually got from Etsy. And this is sold by the YouTuber Kaylan Kerbler. It was about $12 and it comes with a budget of sheets for every different month, and there's a lot of other tools on here that help, but the best part is it's Excel, so you just put in the numbers and then it does all the math for you. So the budget is split up into different categories. So you have your budgeted income, which I'm going to fill out later, and then your bills, which are usually fixed, so those aren't really hard to predict, and then these are the ones that I think are a little bit harder, your expenses. So as I said, it's my first time doing a budget, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball how much I think I'm going to spend on what, and it will be really interesting to reflect on this in 1 month's time. So starting off with groceries, I am trying to cook a lot more this month, so I'm going to go ahead and budget $160, which is more than I've been spending lately on groceries, but it's because I'm going to cut my restaurant budget. $85 is reasonable. For coffee, my coffees are really cheap. I spend less than $2 on each coffee, luckily. So I think I'm gonna budget $30 because I do get coffee quite often. For gas, I don't have a car, so I'm not gonna be budgeting any money for that. And then the gym, I'm not going to the gym right now. That's saving a lot of money. Guys, Pilates was so expensive when I used to do that. Miscellaneous. Oh goodness. I think I should put down my flights, and I think it's gonna cost around $2 grand for everything because I'm gonna be going on a few different flights while I'm in the States. So that is so much money, but that's the cost of living abroad. So I'm gonna be getting my nails done, and that's usually around $80. Clothing, I'm gonna be budgeting like $120 max, and that is just in case, but I don't plan on actually using that. Gifts, I think no gifts, there's no birthdays or anything like that this month. And then subscriptions, I usually end up paying around $50 in different various subscriptions. Cleo, my dog, her food is about $25 a bag, and I usually buy it around twice a month. So I'm gonna budget $50 for that. So my total, oh my goodness, really? It's all because of the flights, you guys, which is so annoying. It's just gonna be an expensive month, which gives me all the more motivation to save. I will say part of myself going home and spending this money on flights is because I have a work gig back in New York. So I will technically be making that money back, but I'm still gonna just put it in there for now. The savings and investments summary is always a struggle for me to predict just because I never know exactly how much money I'm going to be making. So this is hard for me to fill out. First of all, I don't have any kind of vacation budget or future home budget right now. I am saving to buy a home, but I'm just putting all of that money obviously in my savings. I don't have a separate account for that. But something I am trying to be more cautious of is my Roth IRA, and I'm going to try my best to invest $400 into that this month because I've been super bad about that in the past months. But I'm trying not to beat myself up over that because I'm only 25 and I definitely still have plenty of time to invest in that. There's also this extra debt chart, and there's a credit card category. So I have about $300 left on my credit card. I do have a credit card, and I only use it when I go to the States just for like meals and stuff like that. So I'm gonna finish paying that off from when I was in Hawaii in July. And then student loans, I am not paying my loans right now because there is like a hold or something because of COVID. It's been like that for 2 years. So I'm sorry, I'm not worrying about that right now. Okay, actually there is a gas budget, I think, for taxis because I take a lot of taxis. I'm gonna try and take less, but I'm still gonna go ahead and give myself about a $70 budget. Usually it's around $10 for a taxi to the place I go. So I think that is pretty reasonable. I know that's a lot of money, but hopefully we don't end up hitting that actual amount. All right, so I ended up listing a bunch of stuff for sale on the like selling app here, which instead of Facebook Marketplace, they use something called Carrot or Dunkin'. And if you list something for free, somebody will be there within, I'm not joking, 5 minutes to pick it up. I think there's people who like kind of pawn stuff off for free and then they resell it, which is, I mean, hey, do whatever you want with my free stuff, I don't care. And then also there is another page in Korea, it's called Really Free Things Korea, and that is more of like the foreign market, so you can just like list it on their Facebook page. Shout out to them because there is so much good stuff. Like I've seen TVs and dressers, even like a tablet on there. It's really nice to see foreigners come together on there, so I just want to mention that. But my next little pile, does anyone else just have like piles in their house of stuff? This is like luggage from a week ago that I need to unpack, and then also I have all of that trash and recycling to take out. But besides that, I am feeling pretty good, like for how much I've kind of cleaned up. Alright guys, so I am heading to bed in about an hour, but I thought it would be nice to close this video off with some favorites. Do you guys remember OG 2010 YouTube era? We used to do these videos all the time. If you dig far back on my channel, you might find some of them because I used to do these every single month. But let me share with you guys some of my favorites. My first favorite is the fact that I rearranged the furniture in my studio. I live in a very small box style studio, and I did not realize how much the feng shui was messing up my like mental state. So I just spontaneously rearranged everything, and I'm so glad I did because I feel like I have a really good separation of work and comfort, and I just wake up a lot happier these days. And I think a lot of it has to do with my interior. Next favorite I have from this month is celebrating the small things. I've gotten a lot better about this, just giving myself a little pat on the back for really simple things like, you know, you cooked yourself dinner tonight, or you finished editing a video, you took care of this task that you're putting off. Small stuff like that. I feel like as humans, we are so inclined to just push that stuff off to the side, but it is so worth celebrating. And the little euphoric boost you get when you like reward yourself and you just like mentally say, you know, good job. Like, it's just such a good feeling, and I do think that has made a huge difference in my mental health. Another favorite from this month has been stepping out of my comfort zone and just not really worrying about what will happen after. So for example, I filmed a video earlier this month about my rut I was in, and that was super out of my comfort zone, and I'm so glad I did it. It was very therapeutic for me to film that, and also I think it helped a lot of you guys. And just like more examples, I ended up going on like a yacht party event that I usually would avoid that type of situation just because I did not know any of the people on there, but it was so much fun. So I'm just having a lot of fun with trying new things and not really giving a crap about what's gonna happen after, as long as I'm like, you know, safe and healthy. The final like mental favorite was putting up more boundaries. I've noticed that I'm such a people pleaser. I always get so scared that I'm gonna upset people if I say no to them, whether it is like making plans or doing a collab or just something random. And I've gotten a lot better about just like keeping my sanity at heart, if that makes sense. So if I have a friend that asks like, can we hang out, and I say no, I'm just trying harder to not feel super bad about it, because at the end of the day, like, you come first and you have to remember that, and true friends will totally understand if you need a mental break from them. Two last little favorites. Number one is TV. I actually don't watch like cable or anything like that. I love Netflix and I also love YouTube, and my YouTube of choice lately has been true crime. Do you guys watch true crime? I have a feeling you guys do because I feel like you guys are like that. I love true crime YouTubers. My favorites are Christina Randall. She's literally such a doll. Kendall Ray, Annie Elise. There's so many good true crime YouTubers. It's just a really good way for me to like distract my mind, and it helps the time pass if I'm like cleaning or something like that. And then the final favorite I wanted to talk about are beauty items. So real quick, these tanning products I got at Sephora. This Saint Tropez bronzing water mist, and then this Tan Luxe, these face drops. So good. They don't streak. I add these into my moisturizer and they give like a nice little subtle glow, and then this I just apply with like a tanning mitt, and so amazing. They don't sell stuff like this in Korea, so I got this when I was at Sephora in the States in the spring, and I love them so much. As far as everyday skincare, this is a new brand I've fallen in love with. I've already shared them on my channel, but it's the brand Kaylan, and they're like pure vegan. This is my second bottle of this. I'm almost done with this toner, and their cleanser is also really good. I know they're kind of like a newer brand, so people don't really know if they should trust them or not, but I literally love them. These are my go-tos. Every time I travel, I just pack these. I use them morning, night. Such good products. And then also these balm sticks, I kept seeing them on the dramas. I did a whole video on these, but for real guys, these are so much fun. This is the overall like the face stick that you can use all over, but specifically this one, it's from the brand Kahi. This is like such a good eye balm. You can just put it under, and it's nice because you don't have to put your fingers all up in your eyes, and it's supposed to help with wrinkles and like the firmness of your skin. And I think it's doing a pretty good job. All right guys, so that wraps it up for my September reset video. Did you guys like this vlog? Please let me know. Let me know any feedback you have. This totally reminded me of my college vlogging days. I don't know why. It felt really good just to sit down and talk to you, because I feel like I'm always on the go in my videos, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to connect, but I really liked just sitting down and chatting. So if you like this video and you want to see more like this, just leave a comment below, share any requests that you might have for me. It will mean the world to me. But that's about it. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Join our family if you have not already. I love you, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. I hope everyone has an amazing month of September. Bye guys.